Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is going to be on Ace, and one thing I want to quickly get into before I get started into today's video is that all of the videos that I do for the step-by-step series chat, I am going to be starting to put them all into separate playlists. So that means that every single operator that I make a step-by-step video on is going to be going into its own separate playlist. So that way, like if I make repeat for certain operators, like Ace for example, I've made a lot of step-by-step videos for Ace already. My end goal is going to be to have a big playlist that's going to have all of my Ace step-by-step videos in it. And the general idea is to do that with every single operator in the game and have like multiple playlists for every single operator that you guys can go and watch and enjoy all of the videos in one go if you're trying to look for one particular operator. Now, one thing I want to quickly ask from you guys for today, if you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like on this video. I'm trying to get my videos to get a little bit more publicity, and I feel like that would help out tremendously. Now right here, we're going to go ahead and be starting on the roof here for Coastline, attacking the hookah bomb site. And this is a nice little setup play that I like to do where I toss all three of my ace charges on the quad wall for hookah here for billiards. And the general idea here is that whenever you toss your ace charges on this wall, typically there's almost always going to be a guy playing in 90 hallway or in VIP. So if you kind of just sit there on the roof and kind of just wait for a little bit of the round, a lot of times somebody will come rotating out of that doorway and you'll be able to get yourself a free kill. Now, the main general idea that I want you guys to have when you do play Ace is that I want you guys to have a very specific game plan of what you're trying to do for whatever round that you're going to be playing Ace on. And so, for example, for this round, my general game plan was that I was going to do an Aqua push with my team. However, my teammates do end up selling their bodies, and there's one guy inside of Aqua here, so I'm going to go ahead and bait some shots right here to try to get him to wide swing me. He ends up wide swinging me, so I'm able to just pre-fire him because I end up seeing him, and I go ahead and get myself a free kill. And then in the same moment, after I get that kill on him, I'm going to go ahead and charge my way into billiards here before they get on the cameras and whatnot, and look for this freebie on to Vase here for this Echo, which now puts us in a 2v1 position. The last guy was following behind me, trying to look for the flank onto me, which is fantastic, because now I can rotate over to the hookah door here, start hitting a plant. My teammate's going to start flashing, which is great. That'll burn a little bit of time, a little bit of audio will get wasted away for the zombie, so he probably won't even be knowing that I'm going to be planting in this position, which allows me to get the plant out. Then we just rotate out on the balcony. Now it's very easy to win from this position. We're going to go ahead and just sit here on the door, wait for him to try to walk up for the diffuser. Now he's going to try to block the doorway with one of his zombie bears. However, he's not going to do it perfectly correct in this position, so I'm going to be able to wide swing him and get myself a free kill and secure the round. Now, before I move on from Coastline, I want to quickly go back to that original tip that I gave you guys earlier for the guy that swings for the 90 hallway for when you toss the triple ace charges on the quad wall. And the thing that I quickly want to talk about is that it's not necessarily true that they're going to only swing from VIP. It's just the most common position that they'll swing from. But most likely anybody will try, like if they're nearby, they're going to try to shoot them off. But a lot of times if you're on the roof and you're waiting for it, you're going to be able to catch them off to get yourself a free kill at the beginning of the round, like this guy inside the lobby who tries to shoot him from the double door for lobby, and we get ourselves a free kill on him. And I feel like it wouldn't be a step-by-step video if I didn't explain that in further detail for that specific free kill, because it is something that you can always go for whenever you play Coastline in particular. And that's the main thing that I want to do when I do these step-by-step videos, is that I want to talk about very particular free kills that you guys can potentially do. And on the subject of free kills, I want to talk about making a free kill step-by-step video. I'm actually in the process of making one that I'm probably going to release in the next upcoming days once you see this video. And I think it's going to be a good one, honestly. I have a lot of really good clips that I want to show with you guys, but getting us into our next clip here, guys, we're going to be over on Lair. We're going to be attacking the top floor here. Now, normally the way that I would generally play this is I would actually be playing where this Twitch is playing, on that little rappel for the doorway, and then looking towards the double door or the head holes to get the potential free kill. However, since he played that position, I'm going to go ahead and sit outside on the top of the staircase by shooting range over here, and I'm just going to be aiming towards the double door here. This is just to prevent anybody from wide swinging from the double door to swing for the operational door for my teammates, basically, and it essentially will allow my teammates to walk in. Realistically, if I'm holding this angle and Twitch is holding the other angle on the rappel, then that means that the only place that they have to actually expect people to be looking at them from is gonna be from the head holes on the left side when they walk in, okay? Now, one thing that I want to quickly talk about, guys, is that on this round in particular, the main push that I'm trying to go for is I'm trying to go for this operational wall into the office bomb site, basically. I believe it's called office, at least. I believe it's office and Arc 6 room. But long story short, in this position, the one thing I want you guys to be quickly aware of here is that they do have a Valkyrie, so I'm going to be looking around for Valkyries here. I also pre-placed my drone underneath at the beginning of the round, and the reason why I did that is because I want to try to prevent them from doing any type of weird, like, hero play where they, like, look for the potential nitro cell below me, basically. Now, right here, my teammates are going to go ahead and get the bandits off the wall. I'm actually not sure how they got the bandits off the wall. However, I'm going to go ahead and just open up the wall here with 2 of my ace charges. He might have just picked up his bandit charge, and that's the reason why I was able to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and get the wall open. I did a nice little crouch angle here. He's going to end up trying to swing at the bandit, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself a free kill through the head holes. And then right here, my teammate's actually in sight right here. However, he looks kind of distressed, so I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively here to give us a pick in this position, so that way it's a nice 3v2 position. And then I'm going to go ahead and start hitting the plant here, so that way we can go ahead and try to get it down. And since I just killed somebody, it creates a little bit of space for us to actually get that plant down in that moment, by the way. That's why I'm able to go for that. And then right here, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Aurora gate, so that way we can open up the cross angle. Now, unfortunately, I got my teammate killed. However, I made up for it by getting 2 more picks and securing the round right there off of the cover cross angle. Now, honestly, guys, like I said, guys, the main idea that you need to have when you're playing Ace, guys, is always have an idea of what push you're trying to go for, okay? So, the general idea here that I'm going for when I'm playing Ace is that I'm looking to open up the long angle, right? And I also want to open up this wine wall on the trench, like, doorway, basically, for boiler, right? I want to also open up that wall as well. That's where my drone was, by the way. And the idea here is that I want to open up long angle so that way we can see across for sight. And I also want to open up the boiler wall so that way we can use that boiler wall as our walk-in play for the default plan for pillar, okay? And the general idea for this push, and the easiest way that I can explain it, is that we're going to be holding from long angle, we're going to be holding for boiler wall, and we're going to walk in from the boiler wall onto pillar to try to look for our default plan. Now, unfortunately, my teammates are all over the place in this round, and they're going to end up selling their bodies, turning this into a 3v5 position, which actually ends up putting me into this weird, awkward position where I'm actually going to be having to play for the long angle when I needed to go and rotate over towards boiler to open up that wall. However, while playing the long angle, we were able to get a free kill for a zombie and also light up another guy for pillar here. Now, luckily for us, we actually had a thermite in this position. Now, honestly, I thought they were going to thatcher thermite for boiler wall and get it open that way, so that way we can get some kind of push going. However, for whatever reason, the thermite and the thatcher are kind of like all over the place still. They're not really sure what they're doing, which is kind of unfortunate. So what I need to do in this position is I need to rotate over to boiler. As you can see, my thermite is absolutely spazzing out in this position. He's going all over the place. And so we're going to go ahead and have to open up this wine wall here for us. And unfortunately, my Thatcher also has the fuser in this position. He's starting to rotate over to the long angle here. So we're going to look to try to play onto the breach that I just opened up here. My thermite ends up selling his body. And so that tells us there's one guy over by connector in this position. And then my Thatcher sells his body, which tells me there's one guy on the blue doorway. So right here at this point, I just have to jump in. I have to look to make some kind of play to win us this round. I'll go ahead and get audio for this dock on the rotate here and get myself a free kill. Then we're going to swing aggressively for that guy that I said that was inside of connector earlier that was shooting at my thermite. And then the last guy, like I said, is going to be over on the blue doorway. I tried to prone peek right there to try to see if I could potentially shoot his feet while he was on 90. And then right here, I actually get audio that he's on the blue door over by snowmobile side, basically. So I tried to wallbang the soft wall to try to get the kill that way. And he didn't end up biting on that. So I go ahead and just rotate back, grab my teammate, let him go ahead and hit a plant for the blue door here, and all I have to do is just hold that cover cross that I was talking about earlier on the long angle and look for the last guy, which is going to be the Cade, which leads to us securing the round. And next up, we're going to be over on bank here, and long story short, once again, like I said, we're going to be going for a push always. Whenever we're playing ace, you want to be looking for some kind of play or push. And the play that I'm going to be looking for on this round in particular is that I want to push for server, okay? So the thing that I'm doing to start out this round, though, is that I'm going to be droning for my teammates for the first floor and the second floor. And the general idea here is that I'm just trying to watch out for any potential roamers. And right here, you're going to see as I try to start droning for my blue staircase, there's going to be a K that's going to be on the doorway. Now, unfortunately, this gunfight's not my favorite gunfight in the world, so I'm going to go ahead and take it really slow and just kind of hold like a pixel angle here. Now, luckily, my Habana came up from the top square, or came down from top square to open up the hatch for server, which is going to put a little bit of off pressure on that Cade in that position. And so what's going to end up happening is that he's going to actually have to rotate back in this position, because this is going to essentially allow us to have some kind of pinch pressure for him. But he actually ends up deciding to try to stick it, so we're going to go ahead and swing aggressively here, get some shots onto him, and then he actually manages to escape, but instead of running away, he tries to re-challenge me, which is what I expected him to do. And I end up getting myself a free kill onto him right there. Now, since we go ahead and kill that Cade now, server is going to be clear. So we're going to go ahead and start going into our push here, which is to open up the server wall for the default plant. I do have diffuser in hand here, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the wall here, so that way we can try to look for some kind of execute from this position. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the open area hatches open, which is what the job of the Habana was going to be for this round. So it is a little bit awkward to play in this position, because I basically have to put faith in my teammates to cover, but I decided that it probably wasn't going to be the right play. So I ended up dropping the diffuser for my Dokkaebi, and the reason why I did that is because I want my Dokkaebi, who's low health, to try to look for the plant. And the reason why is because to be able to win this position, we need to look for the cover cross in this position. So I'm holding the rotate hole, my Nomad's going to hold the site doorway, and you're going to see here my Dokkaebi tries to go for the plant here, and my Nomad's going to be holding the site door. He puts an air jab on it. I'm going to go ahead and kill one guy on the rotate. Somebody hit an air jab for the site doorway, so we're going to go ahead and get a free kill onto him as well. And then now it's a nice 3v1 position. The last guy at the dock is actually going to end up dying to my Nomad here, and we're going to secure the round. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!